Hello and good morning. You are back with the crew. Thanks for spending your precious moments of your life with me at this time. Today I'm going to talk about big picture and news and what's really happening in the world. This is fundamental news that I'm talking about right now. This is really big, guys. We stand on the precipice of what is about to occur is total adoption. We're not there yet, but we're really close. Many of you will remember I did a series of videos, I think I did 2 or 3 within a week, and it was discussing how Wall Street had gotten in. Players in Wall Street, major institutions, fundamental businesses that trade understood what was a year and a half ago, 2 years. What was that? That was our bottom. You and I didn't necessarily know that, although back then I was telling everybody to buy the top 10 coins 2 years ago because it looked to be a bottom to me. How did I know it was a bottom? Because all the currencies dropped, all the cryptos dropped anywhere between 70 to 90%. Well, to most traders and most people, they think, oh yeah, well okay, it's just going to go to zero now. It's going away. I'm going to go ahead and sell mine at 90% loss. And it's called capitulation. There was a ton of capitulation in our market. It's not ever a wise idea to sell at the bottom. You might as well just take the total hit because you're only getting 10 cents on the dollar anyway. In particular with something like crypto, because crypto bounces off those 90s and goes all the way back up. What institutional Wall Street money knew, and I was getting some really good inside tips from a firm called Goldman Sachs that you may or may not know. And I know there's been a couple of brokers like, oh, well, we're not buying any of that. I don't know what you're talking about, Allan. And I'm like, well, I don't know what level you're talking about, because I happen to know that the brass and Goldman Sachs was purchasing, because I know one of them. And he said, the whole corporate office is getting into certain coins. And at the time, I told you a few of the coins in which they were getting into. If you understand this channel, you know what they are. They're probably XRP. There's probably, they were into Solana as well. I couldn't get them to commit to anything other than that, than Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I asked them, are you involved in XRP? And they said, many of the people in the office is. You can look back and see my video. That was a year and a half ago. How come they were buying then? Because they understood capitulation, and that was the bottom of the market. They knew that adoption one day and the network effect, like we talk about on this channel all the time, was coming, and it's here. This is the beginning of a massive long range. I think this bull is going to last for another year to 2. It could be a year and a half from today's date easily. I know there's a lot of people calling for a crash in the stock market and the economy and whatnot. That's a possibility. And crypto could crash as well, but it's going to bounce right back up. In fact, I think it's going to bounce back quicker than the rest. I don't think we're going to have a massive crash, but I'm wrong a lot. So, take that for what it's worth. I was talking about a company in particular, Goldman Sachs, that I knew inside information that they were actually purchasing. Let's backtrack 48 hours or 24 hours now. 48 by the time you see this video probably. They actually were on CNBC and they had admitted, David Solomon had admitted on TV, CNBC, that they were into Bitcoin. If you understand big business and if you understand somebody in David Solomon's position, he cannot be standing there without a single Bitcoin in his pocket or other crypto. And I know they bought more than just Bitcoin, by the way. And he's standing there going, oh yeah, we're in favor of Bitcoin now. But I'm going to, as soon as I get up to Centerview, I'm going to go buy some. That's the way you and I think. They were in 2 years ago. They bought the bottom. How do I know they bought the bottom? Because many of these dropped 60 and 70%. Bitcoin only dropped 70%. It used to drop 80 and 90%. Do you remember those bear markets? How come it didn't go to 90% this time? Because those big institutional purchases were keeping it from going any lower than it did. And it stopped around $15,000 instead of going to its previous low, which was $8,000, and the previous before that was $5,000, the previous before that was $3,000. When you understand who bought the bottom, you know who's in. I knew that then. I tried to express it to everybody on this channel. I got an inside tip. Not all of them are good. Sometimes they're really good. That one was really good, turns out. What else do we know? Well, we know the other firm that sells quite a bit of stuff on Wall Street is our favorite Mr. Diamond guy, and he's all of a sudden flipped. Gosh, he probably isn't even bought Bitcoin yet. He's probably going to wait till next week, or crypto. Top 10 cryptos when I talk about them. He's probably going to buy next week, right? He'll get around to it since he mentioned that he's now all of a sudden not, it's rat poison times 3 or whatever they all called it. Think about that, guys. Think about the place and the time and the era in which we're living in right now. You and I are in a position to where I just had a great conversation and recorded video, and you guys will be able to see that. I may even put a copy of that on this channel, but Digital Outlook Dave, great man, incredible man. When you meet him in person, he's exactly the way he is on camera, which, a lot of people say that about myself and my son. When you meet someone like him and the knowledge that he has and the foundation of strength and belief and understanding and where this whole market's going, it's very contagious, and it's wisdom. Because he's been here before. He's done this before, and he did really well in the last bull market, and so did many of us, right? Great man. Look for that interview coming out. The three of us. Really a great hour. Definitely worth your time. So, back to the video, Allan, please, would you? What's happening is, all you got to do is look at, and I brought it up in that video, but if you think about where we're at, name another convention to where 2 of the 3 leading candidates for president, did they go to the oil convention? Did they go to the credit card convention? Did they go to, textile? Did they go to the tech convention? Did they go to what? And speak? No, they went to the crypto convention. Bitcoin. But what did both candidates talk about? Crypto. Not just Bitcoin, guys. This is an industry. This is bigger than just Bitcoin. I know, Maxie's tough. Too bad. That's what I believe, and that's my channel, so I'm going to believe it. This is exploding in the background, and now they're publicly coming out to lamestream TV and explaining to everybody, hey, I got this, and I believe in it now, and I get it, and I'm going to be buying it, and you could maybe think about doing it too. Let's remember, the other big players in there, Vanguard. Vanguard comes out and says, we're never going to sell our ETF, Bitcoin ETFs. We're not doing that. However, with a little bit of research, and we did this on our show, wait a minute, they're the #1 holder of Coinbase stock. But you're not going to sell the ETF because we're a conservative company. But you used to sell Bitcoin futures. Yeah, but we've learned our way, and we're more conservative than that, Mr. Vanguard guy, telling us all this. And then what did we find out? Oh, that's right. He owns the majority share of the largest Bitcoin mining company in America. What are you people talking about? Do you understand you're getting not caught anymore? They've been caught so many times being in the background, lingering in the back, that it's coming out now and they're just having to fess up to it. They're just, okay, yeah, well, we think it's probably an okay investment. Maybe you should allot, 1 or 2% of your portfolio to it. Do you see where we're at? Do you see the wave in which is coming to you? This is magical days. These are the days in which maybe you could, reinvest a few moments with some family members and maybe even show them this video or explain to them, listen, 2 of the 3 candidates talked about crypto. Large financial institutions around the world are talking about crypto in a positive light. BlackRock says Larry's going to tokenize everything. Is he going to tokenize it outside of crypto? No, he's not going to do that. He's not smart enough to design his whole new revolutionary technology. No, he's going to use that to tokenize it. This is big picture stuff that is just simple. I know you and I get it. This is like real simple for us to understand. I'm just trying to really remind you of what you own. I hear people tell me all the time, well, Bitcoin went through the roof and it's tripled this year, and my XRP hasn't moved at all, hardly. Well, now what's happening? Bitcoin's sort of leveling off, and now XRP's moving. That's kind of a nice day, isn't it? It hit 65 cents the other day. That's a nice thing. We like that. On a technical level, if that thing breaks through 70 some odd cents, it's going to take off. Not because of fundamentals, not because of contract, not because of lawyers, not because of case settlement, none of those things. It's going to take off because every bot that trades crypto in the world and every institution is scanning every second, looking for the next perfect setup. And there is no better setup right now than XRP on any chart. As you guys know, the last bull run, it was suppressed. Court, the whole thing. Now, look at it. All of a sudden, Gary doesn't have the credibility he once had. All of that is turning around. There's presidential candidates calling not just Gary, SEC out. They're calling everybody out on the fact that this has not been handled as if it was a help or a beautiful thing for the future of all mankind technologically. It's been suppressed in the fact that you and I are some dodgers of taxation, and we're criminal launderers of money, and it's like this whole thing, that narrative is dying. It's dead. They can't hold. Just had a great conversation with another individual, and the whole premise of the 20-minute conversation was the fact that, okay, Russia now. Well, I've been telling you this for a long time. I told you 6 months ago. Russia is building the world's largest mining facility for Bitcoin. $1 billion building. Moscow just came out last week and said, we're not going to back our currency, our ruble with it, but we're going to exchange, and we will take as collateral or as payment to anybody in the world for our oil, Bitcoin. And then you hear the President of the United States come out, future president, previous president of the United States come out and say, we think that Bitcoin, crypto, he said, crypto Bitcoin is the new steel. U.S. Steel was the largest thing that built this entire planet back in the day. People don't understand. When somebody of his age says it's as big as U.S. Steel, most people today are like, oh yeah, well, it's not that big a deal. It's huge. And what's happening when he told you that he's going to drop the price of fuel and energy, they're not doing that. They're doing it because your bills are too high. Of course, that's part of it. It's this man's opinion that they're going to do it because they're going to encourage people to mine their own crypto. They're going to encourage you to use your laptop and AI and stake your own coins. Run your own DeFi. Run your own DEX. Run your own AMM. All of that. Do you have any idea how much data that is necessary just to run virtual reality? Like magnitudes more than what we have. Magnitudes more energy and electricity and oil usage than we currently have now to run all the AI, the ambitiousness of the future of AI. All of that AI technology is going to run on your laptop or your phone or something else. And that little bot that's in there is going to, not by trading cryptocurrencies, by creating more of them, generate an income that your laptop's going to be working for you 24 hours a day, because it's going to be the bot that it works for you and your income. When a president, future president possibility, or the institution such as Mr. Larry says to you, we're going to tokenize everything, he's talking about the tokenization of your income. He's talking about you're going to be able to earn an income, maybe not a living, depending on what your standards of life are, but you're going to be able to mine or stake coins, because everything will be tokenized and everything will need the data and everything will need your processor to process it, because what do we know about processors? There aren't enough of them around. So all of them on your laptop are now a working tool for the entire massive global network that needs your computing power on your phone, on your laptop, on your desk drive. That's where we're going, kids. I hope that all makes sense to you. I hope you get it. And the avenue and the tracks in which it's all going to run on, in this man's opinion, is RippleNet, and it's going to use XRP, and it's going to use XRP to transfer transactions all over, all the time, in real time. And that, my friends, is why you own that coin. And it was a wise choice, in my opinion. As far as Bitcoin goes, they are clearly nation states. Wisconsin, retirement funds, all of these people are going to buy the Bitcoin. And when you get that, you're like, okay, they're going to collateralize this. And they got it. And big players get it. And now they're coming on CNBC and telling you to get it. And they're telling you to remind your neighbor at the barbecue that, hey, this people, this person, that person is in. They are no longer calling it launderers, anybody who owns crypto. The tide has gone out. And you and I, my friend, are in the right place. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too long. Hopefully you got something from that. Look for that video with Brett and I and Dave, and it's going to be, it was an hour-long show of just fantastic, incredible man. I love his heart and his passion for our industry. And yes, this is an industry you and I are in. It's the creation of a brand new era and way of life. And you are in the driver's seat of it. All right, guys, with that, check out, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to be with Simon, the guy that created the bot. He didn't create the bot. He helped us get the bot. I'm going to meet the creator of the bot, and we're going to be in Alabama together, and I'm going to meet the founder or the institution of IBC, who is Nelson Nash, who wrote the book that I highly recommend, Become Your Own Banker. But we're going to that institute on Monday and Tuesday, which is going to be the 19th and 20th of August, and it's in Birmingham, Alabama. But what we're going to do before that is Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be at Panama City Beach. And we're going to be hanging at a condo, and I want to meet you guys there at the beach, at the condo, by the pool, doing whatever we're going to do. We'll go to dinner together. We'll go to lunch together. We'll do whatever it's going to be. That will be the 17th and the 18th. We'll be hanging by the pool with you if you'd like to meet up with us there in Panama City Beach. All right, guys, I hope you guys got something from that. And I'm going to remind you guys of this and exactly where we're going to go to dinner and all those things later. If you live anywhere near that region, I'd love to come see you guys, especially if you couldn't make it to the XRP shows the last couple of years. I know money's tight, but if you live in that area, please look us up. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's very casual. We're just going to hang out and we're going to talk crypto all weekend long. This is pretty much what we're going to talk about. All right. And our family and our friends. Love you guys. I got to get out. Bye. I'll see you soon.